So I got to play Lydia for a while there, and obviously I just played her for maybe 4 to 5 hours, so I don't have like a concrete opinion on her yet. I don't know how good she is. I don't know if people figure out the matchup. A lot of her stuff will become fake. I don't know yet, but this is just like my first impressions of the character that I played in my rank session earlier today. So what I've noticed is her punishment is very, very strong. So 10 frame goes into Can's stance mix-up. 2-2 for 11 frame is incredibly strong. Goes into Can's stance mix-up as well. 4-2-3 or 4-2-4 for 12 frame was blocked chunky as well. Political Storm for 14 frame, chunky, Heat Engager. 15 frame, she has a hop kick. It's not very good hop kick since it auto tornadoes, but it's something anyway. She also has 3-2 for 15 frame, which is actually like pretty chunky. Her 11 frame while standing, so this is very chunky. Gives you a canned stance mix up. Her 13 frame is this walls blocked. You can go do this for mix up, or you can go for this for walls blocked. Her 14 frame is this into this. So her punishment is very, very, very good. Her jab is incredible. Like, the jab has a good range and has a lot of extensions. So it has a 1-2-4, has a 1-2, 1-2-2. You also have a 2-4 to poke wish at 11 frames. So her pokes seem pretty good. However, her Denford one, in my opinion, is really, really bad because it doesn't have a lot of range. The frame's not very good, so it's +2 on hit and -5 on block. So her Denford one is noticeably pretty bad. And also her low pokes are pretty bad, I think. So Denmark 4 is not good at all. Dan 2 is -4 on hit in crouch in the opponent's face, so not ideal. Yeah, Denmark 4 doesn't do anything on counter. Before it gave a knockdown, but now it doesn't. And they are -13, -14. -14. So our punishment, our lows are not great, I think. Another strength I've noticed with her, now I'm not optimal with the character yet, but her damage output is very, very, very good. Especially if you get all the blue sparks, her damage output is actually quite strong. Obviously, I'm not optimal, but you can take my word for it, like her damage output is very, very high. I think her Heat Smash, the Heat Smash itself isn't very good because it doesn't wasp blocked and it doesn't floor break, which are big things to have in this game. However, the situation on block is pretty messed up. You have to guess between unblockable high, or you have to guess between a +6 on block mids. So her E-Smash itself is really bad, but the situation on block is very, very, very strong. Now, how does her stacks work? So her stacks, you get them by transitioning into Heaven and Earth. So when you transition into Heaven and Earth, you get stacks. So let me turn this off. So anytime you transition into the stance, you get stack. That also includes burning your Heat Smash. Sorry, when you do Heat Smash on block, you get guaranteed stack up. Now, she gets 3 stacks and they carry over between rounds. Now, what did they actually do for her though? So one thing it does, when you transition into Heaven and Earth, use up less heat. So you can see that I use up less heat there. So when you transition to Heaven and Earth, you use less of your bar, which is pretty important. So as you can see, it uses even less there. It increased the damage on her grab, so 40 damage. 42 damage, so increase the damage on her grab, which heals herself. Increase the damage on Demo +2. So the more stacks you have, the more damage Demo +2 does. It increased the damage on her 4-4-4-3 Ender. So the more stacks you have, the more damage it does. There might be some other things I'm missing. Actually, there is another thing it does increase. So her Heaven and Earth's 2, the more stacks you have, the more damage it does. And the further away it walls block. So when you have 3 stacks, it basically turns into Jin T Smash which was splats from like really far away. So that's her stacks in a nutshell, from my understanding and what I've seen so far. Now, her stance mix-ups, I don't really know how legit they are. Like 442 is obviously amazing mid poke. Running 1 is pretty nasty. It does chip damage. You know, they can't just keep blocking this. You have 442 to mix up as well. So, her 442 goes into a stance. And you have a bunch of things from here. So, I feel like in this game, she's more reliant on stance transitions than she was in Tekken 7. So, she has a power crush high, which goes into the other stance. She has a 2, which goes into animation automatically. She has a 3, which is a home in. She has a 4, which is a plus and block mid, which goes into the second stance. And in second stance, she has a 1, which is plus and block. She has a 2, which is just a safe mid. She has a 3, which is another safe mid. She has a 4, which is a knockdown low. So, and she also has another stance with which so if you punish with 1-2-2, for example, you can go to 1 for a safe mid. You can go into 2 for a string. You can go into a 3, which will stop them pressing buttons and doing rage art, power crush, and so on. And she has a 4, which is a low, which goes into another stance. So she's gonna be a very, I feel like you have to be very confident with this character. Like you need to know your options and what stance transitions into another one. So it's a little bit like Lars and Horang in that sense. But yeah, I mean, that's just literal 4-hour opinion on Lydia, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'll be grinding the character. I like her. I will have a guide for this character coming in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, that's what I think anyway. Alright.